Aha. O. Chciałeś chwilę przed... I oto stream. Jest. Temat. Jeszcze sprawa. Ludzie zobaczyli. Jak to jest stream. Może coś więcej mieć. Głośniej się wydawaj. Teraz lepiej? Czy jeszcze jakoś? Za dużo. Lepiej, dobra, super. Powinno być dobrze. Nie miałem co powiedzieć, że słyszał. Trochę. W sumie chcemy zmniejszyć nieco. Dobra. Dobra, dzięki za pomoc. Myślę, można by było zaczynać grę już. Gdybyś miał co oglądać w robocie. Normal mode. Będziemy grali. Bastion.
Proper story is supposed to start at the
A
beginning.
jeszcze jedziesz?
Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Jeszcze nie w robocie. Okej.
He gets up, sets off for the
Także
Bastion.
chlaliśmy, że świat się rozpadł i nie zauważyliśmy.
Ground forms up under his feet as if pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching
Mamy
reunion.
młotek. Oglądaj tam se. Dobra, no tak młotek.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Sprzątamy gruz.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though. kid just rages for a while.
Halo. Narrator, co to
An
za...
old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Wilgota gramy.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting.
W końcu woda.
Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Au. Dobrze. Im się wody i jem. No dobra. Będzie tu coś?
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Jabłka.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Tarcza.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief.
Holy shit.
Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork.
Nie musi. A.
Ronnie always wanted his ashes scattered here. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Them windbags are playing for keeps. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Aha.
He gets a good look at things on his way down.
O,
He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
mamy łuk.
Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner.
Dobrze, że przynajmniej nie można spaść.
He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town.
Na pracy wstaliśmy od
One
razu
sip
do
of the
dystillerii.
spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
A, to są takie upgrade'y?
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Nie. Młotek. Na razie nie będzie to.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
Okay.
The Bastion's real close now.
Bastion. Ale...
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. scumbag of his last meal.
Niszczy planszę. Teraz to zauważyłem.
Kid puts him out of his misery. He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular run stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go.
Rzucam się. Przepaść.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
Znowu leżymy. Już nie. Spaliśmy.
Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger.
O,
Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Ain't always much to say.
to teraz. Hold on.
The Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely.
Oh shit! Chyba jak dalsze te lokacje. To było widać. To jest... Ale nie wiem, czy się jest. Aha! To już tutaj mogę spaść.
Kid ponders what to build. Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
Przeciwnik that abnormally counters blocks attacks for time.
much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands. The Breaker Barracks. Many straight shooters learn their way here. The Workman Ward. Them windbags used to keep the city humming along here.
Fly. Więcej chorób.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. He heads for the biggest dump in town, Scumbag Alley. Somehow that old forge is still standing.
Ow.
Inside the forge, Key can fine-tune those instruments of his. Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
Nie mam.
Core ain't here neither, so he's gotta guess again. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his. Keeps telling himself he better watch his step. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw. say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
Nie mogę. Mam nadzieję, że to moje niszczenie nie jest złą rzeczą. Choć tak prawdopodobnie ten teren będzie zniszczony. No, pewnie nie będzie.
Some scumbag still feeding on the city's own trash.
Miał dość życia.
And there he is, the oldest scumbag of them all, Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. They always said old Gershel wouldn't go without a fight. The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back.
Teraz nie był utrzymany.
No core, no surprise. Like the gas fellas are hiding it from him.
Teraz tak. Daję ten. Już. W sensie pozwala utrzymywać do zbierać, żeby mógł przejść. Tak, że jak idę to chyba.
With a good length of meat gut, that bow's like new again.
Dostaliśmy sprawę, żeby dobra, niepotrzebne. O!
No white gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing.
w domu.
And there it is. But it's locked down tight in an alloy cage.
Okej, nie ma go sobie.
A blustery old foreman is keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Au! A! Mam ze ścianą.
And now there's a new marshal in town.
O! A, czyli wystarczy od tego zabić. Niewiele. Witam z powrotem.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Weszliśmy tutorialowy poziom, teraz jesteśmy na pierwszym poziomie. Wracamy do Bastionu. I hubu. Co się działo? No właśnie
He
powiedziałem.
comes back,
Nie wiem,
just
czy
like I
słychać było.
knew he would. The core
Weszliśmy
hums in his
tutorial
back.
i
The
pierwszy
monument's
poziom.
calling
Jesteśmy w
for it.
Bastionie. I znowu padliśmy na ryja. A to jest narrator.
The windbags used to be all right. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him.
Mhm. No i też aktywowaliśmy Bastion i zbudowaliśmy arsenał. Okej. Mam tutaj upgrade. Upgrade. A, dobra. O, J.J. Rockera oglądałeś?
A bow and a machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff.
Właśnie... Komentarze inne wezmę? Do roboty zbiorę. Miłej drogi. Obyś przeżył. Na razie nie. Ale... Mamy prawdopodobne coś.
Sometimes a single look says it all. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Rozbudowujemy się. Dystylernia czy później? Co budować? Jeśli jesteś tu jeszcze. Poszedł. A dystylernia.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Jak będzie to?
Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it.
Więcej nie powiem. No mogłem zrobić tak, że tu lernie, później armory, a tutaj arsenał znaczy i automatycznie by było, ale mniejsze. Na tym będę.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Ora. Ora. Jaja.
The melting pot. Place hoarded all sorts of fineries from beyond the boundless sea. The sundown path. Lovely place for a stroll. Before the calamity, that is. The breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets in the fewest shots. He's focused. He's armed. And he's off. Perfect shot just happens in a flash. Kid ain't done bad at all.
Coś się ogarnie. A w sumie jak ci tu jesteś, to pokażę ci jak zrobiłem okienko na w sensie screena na przerwę. Jak się podoba. Tylko jeszcze muzyczkę jakoś w tle jeszcze puszczać i będzie idealne. Dobra, wracamy. Lecimy, wracamy do Bastion.
He returns with some of the materials we need.
Prosto na twarz. O, zamknęło się. Ziomek tutaj.
What else is there to say?
Będzie. Nie mam później zrobione, więc nie mogę ulepszać. Dobra. Gramy dalej. Było. Dobra, fly. Lecimy.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
Did.
Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a
Ja tego
broken heart.
bohatera, jak spada i wpleść. Kto się tym zajmie? Ja wziąłem. Hungry Pear. Calamity, nice. Mogę. Zabójc.
If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
Tak nie podeszłem. O. Obejrzysz kiedyś ten drugi.
Core stuck inside one of those
Ale
fancy
muszę
cages.
pierwszy. O, nie wyobrażam.
Some of the
Ina.
stuff lying around is downright dangerous.
To wygląda jak coś, gdzie się będzie kończyło. Lepiej oczyścić.
He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
Wszystko się zapada.
Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt born bad.
O,
Some spring
same się spełnią.
Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Birdie pop that mean old horn.
Lol.
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30, hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene, to be sure.
O. Czekaj!
You give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
Zabij się. Nie jest dobra muzyka. Tutaj tańcują. A, tutaj. Jeszcze ile ich?
I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Mieliśmy tą barkę. Nie, wpadliśmy na ryj znowu.
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Optymistyczne. A nie, to spices. Spices. Dune Arrakis. Spice melange.
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Zealandia. It was good living here for a while.
Mordy.
A lot of things need fixing up in this
Babylon.
world, and we can start right here. Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them.
Męczy trochę. Po samym dniu. Robienie rzeczy. Attack cripple foes, attack deal damage over time.
The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
O, mogę zmieniać. Nice.
Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste. The repeater and machete, favorite choices of the Ura hunters we once fought.
Raczej bym się czasem zmieniamy więcej. No, wszystkie lokacje. Tutaj pusto. U mnie takie pusto tu jest. Obrzeża. Chyba nie pamiętam. Nie widziałem to. Nie widziałem. Oglądałem to, grę. Bo niewiele tego.
That's Windbag Ranch. Perfect place to work a blade if you got the stomach for it.
A spróbujmy tam.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful.
Pani!
Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife.
Idzie, bo... Okej. Że oni czytują. Latają nas... Patrzą, tam gdzie ja nie mogę.
Other folks came to train their throwing arms. Slippery little devils. Still others use the place to test their finest blades.
Teraz jeszcze jeden. Na to poza mapą.
Kid cuts all of them down soon enough. Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch smelling good and right.
Oj, namiot budował w dziurze. Oj,
We ain't much for pleasantries.
będzie się w czasie. Na pieniądze. Ma za to.
Come on, give the little tyke a break.
Woda. Dobra, sound on path. Lecim. Kolejna lokacja.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. The A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide for it, though. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Not so much for noise and tomfoolery. Quick and careful is the only way to go. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars.
Yes, and the sea now. Only the stars remain. Oh yeah.
Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even when the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. Find time to find them.
Granati.
It's wise to toss those things plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity?
Czyli po prostu ten kor tutaj był po prostu zjedzony.
So we didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built. Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows. War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
Nie wchodzi z brączami. Dalej. Teraz.
That's Trapper's Shingle. Only place in the city to go to get certified with a repeater.
Przerwa na... Dobra.
No place better than Trapper's Shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall.
Przeżył.
They train themselves by clearing out the targets, while not clearing out the floor.
Telefonie pionowo nie pozwala mi pisać.
Any good trapper knows never to take a step till the time is right.
Już.
Most trappers couldn't get through without a few scrapes. A decent trapper wouldn't walk away empty-handed.
Good enough. Grip. Jest. Poszła, ale mniejsza. Zanim coś dostaliśmy.
To think a rickety place like the Shingle survived, when so little else did. Can't be too careful these days.
Przeleciałem.
The Hanging Gardens. Folks used to go here to relax from their relaxing.
Dziękuję za tą informację. Artasz. Bardzo ważne wiedzieć, że jest właśnie ta godzina.
The dead welcome him with open
To
arms.
znaczy. o co chodziło, jak na razie z tego co widziałem. Świat się rozpadł, bo było calamity i ogólnie my próbujemy chyba przeżyć budując Bastion w czasie i po prostu otworzyć stary świat. Stary świat się skończył, ale zbudujemy nowy. Jakoś. I zbieramy ogólnie rdzenie, żeby po prostu móc rozbudowywać
The
Bastion.
calamity took everybody after all.
Ale jak na razie tylko 2 osoby chyba
Frozen faces
przeżyły.
all around.
Główny bohater i narrator, który sobie biegnie w Bastionie i komentuje jak i tam jakieś do niego przyniesiemy, to są właśnie ci, co nie przeżyli. Zdradliwe. Zdradliwe tereny.
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him.
O,
Kid sees him there at Gabe, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got too many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers.
nie starczy używać.
The Thunder Brothers didn't make it.
Ale
They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the Bird Boy. Didn't make it.
Society. Yokoso, watashi wa Bastion Society. Jakoś spróbowałem.
The Jawsons. They didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr. They didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here.
Pura heritage. Tyson Spade was a rare sight in Świat for the calamity as the very few
Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The core survived as well.
Do niego pójść, czy muszę zajebać ten?
And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
Mam pierwszego do Bastionu.
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other. For the first time.
Więcej NPC-ów. Rukus.
We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
No mogę pytać go. Rozkład.
For Zolf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says. He was born in the Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. That ought to make those fangs sink in nice and deep.
Na lewej? Leci. Tak, na... O!
Of course, you remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be all right.
Tutaj i tam jeszcze.
High time we built something new. Well, look what we have here.
Us. Prepare for the future. That all. Creative. Viable. Down the cold world. Bastion. Bastion.
The memorial. The kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
And? No już trymuję w ogóle? Więc jak godzina.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Ale,
We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city. There's Pith Orchard, built in honor of the bull, and folks like Zolf who pray to him. That's Cinder Brick Fort, where the marshals used to watch over the city.
Technicznie Bastion to jest odbudowywanie tego miasta. Fajno. Wiemy.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either.
Sobie śpimy po prostu.
Kid says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right? Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one.
Ból.
Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too.
O,
Seems Pith ain't much of a watchdog. Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration.
ogólnie. Zobaczcie, jest rozpadł.
The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
As the people call it... Yeah, Laondia. The more self-reliant, they grew less fearful of their gods, turned them into commodity. Czego to jest? Albo to jest któraś broń, którą już mam, albo jakaś nowa będzie. Nie pamiętam. Mam jakąś nieulepszoną broń jeszcze.
Pith makes a decent scarecrow at least.
O.
Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
Jon. Wiem.
Pith. Kid decides to press his luck. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him.
O, nice.
Kid passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it. Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
A tam gdzie alternatyw.
Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls. Turn them round and round all you like. Pith's still gonna be ugly.
Okej. Rozbudował sobie chatę.
The breakers. Ain't no one can outrun them. Or their arrows.
O! Broń, której jeszcze nie ma. Jest, możemy chyba... I dalej! Fajnie. Pora nie mam.
That's the Bullhead Court. Folks defended themselves there with shields, not words.
Ale idziemy tam.
There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags.
O, nice. Jak zrobiłem z nim, to pewnie będę tymi...
Calamity was mercy for normal folks.
Au.
The windbags ain't so lucky.
Au.
They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
Level tego.
Well, windbags young and old keep fighting for the fort. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch
gun.
clean through their greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. The Calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days.
Ukryta dziura.
Windbags can't use martial supplies, but the kid sure can.
Chowajmy się młotkiem.
for the windbags. Cinder brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while.
Or
Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort.
dobra, wróciłem. Arta się składa jeszcze.
Kids blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket. Kids stash grenades as their form if things get even worse. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Kid ain't afraid of getting burned. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Blandon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and only their sorry hides to lose. takes down Plutus. Maybe it was Landon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The windbags finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this. The Skyways a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
Łóż to.
Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zulf was his smoking pipe. Zulf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals. The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity. Even since the Urus surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him. Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
O,
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
o. Patrz.
The past catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
Labor.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
O nie.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
No i ja też wróciłem. Przerwa chwilowa była. Wodę się napiję i wracam dobry. Do tego aktualnie jesteśmy wspomnienia. Chyba. Zobaczymy po prostu i po prostu story mamy wypisane.
What was I saying? Anyway.
Zginęliśmy, ale żyjemy.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Celandia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, a kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that.
O.
All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. finally arrived at Ceylandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else.
Nie wiedziałem, że będą jakieś wspomnienia. Piszę. Może jak te głosy. RIP. Dobra. Może ten sobie. Może nie będzie jak odgłosy z Ameryki głośno. O, mogą się nawzajem bić one. A ja znowu spadłem z mapy. Daj.
But then, all I got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Names don't matter for nothing now.
Dobra. Dowiedzieliśmy się trochę. Ej. Padliśmy znowu na twarz. Z łukiem będę biegał.
You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel.
O, mamy kolejny. Co tutaj? Party punch. Będzie to.
Party punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times. Kid ain't finished here yet.
Mam te.
Soul's
zbudować.
travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
Budujemy nowy budynek. My jak dojdziemy do mniej więcej... W sumie już jesteśmy na 2 godzinach. Góry.
The lost and found. Yeah, kid takes fragments
To
of the
może
old
będzie
world
na razie
and makes them whole again.
starczyć. Na początek brania. Najpierw zobaczmy co to się dzieje. Jak na razie grałem tylko w Bastion, więc nie mam, w sumie nie mam prawa dyskusji. Jak na razie. Nie mam opinii. Dobra, co tu się dzieje? Hmm. No takie mamy tu konwersację. No, no ja w Hadesa nie grałem, ale jak na razie grając w Bastion to przyjemnie się bardzo gra. Ja już dość często spadam z mapy akurat. No, może.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new. I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up. We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine.
Widzę było jako... Tak? Był. Jak z czasem to wygląda? Jeden jeszcze i będę myślę kończyć. Warka tym razem, a nie papieżowa. Banka i rozpadł.
That's the Langston River. Used to cut all the way to the wild. Think it was bad then. The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off.
Pieniądz z nieba spada.
Riverbanks
Trzeba
swarming
wziąć.
with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Millie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core.
No muszę.
Maybe she can slip right past on
Znaczy
the
to
glamour
gotowy
of
na
the
prawo do
coast.
Krakowa.
Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. just another windbag to those guns.
Ruin Krakowa.
Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbrick.
Brooklyn Maczeta.
They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down.
No niestety. Calamity nie oszczędziło.
They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's
Whack.
gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break, because the core's right there.
Ja nie mam.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings.
Holy shit.
Peckers. They've been watching his every move. They had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go.
Zabiłem przypadkiem. Leciałem na...
Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough.
Mamy działa.
She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something.
Lecimy. Ofić okno wyjmę.
The windbags getting even better idea. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie.
Oh shit. Lecimy.
She's just gotta make one last stop. With the last
Nie
breath,
wód znowu.
Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Picker country. They want that core real bad. Seems the calamity ain't hurt the Pickers' appetites.
A. Dead.
Kid shoes him off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? Not even once.
O tak, tak. Eurowitu brakuje.
Now, listen close. You should remember this next part. Why go to Prosper Bluff?
Dwie lokacje w jednej.
Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far.
A, tu. Dobra.
The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't.
A,
And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There, the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while.
sklepik. Rzucony z powrotem.
How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
A, dobra. Nie zobaczyłem Switcha. Jum. Muchawce. O jakie? Idealnie po prostu, żeby przerzucić. No, idę. Gra mi przypomina jak grać. Poleciał dalej. Rzucają kridem. Po tym ziemniaku. Zobaczcie co jest tam. Os. Nisko. Pękająca ziemia. dostałem... Aha. Chodzenie dziwne jest. Nic system Windowsa. Nie. To jest aesthetic. Nadający klimatu.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed.
Mam książkę. Nie oddałem tych.
And besides, it's like the song goes.
O.
They'll be here before too long.
Kolejne zwycięstwo przeciwko Big Microsoft.
Didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Jedno.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods. Unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here.
Ja jeszcze pogadam ze wszystkimi NPC-tami. Będę je myślę kończył. Tak. W bazie, tak.
Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see. But leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there, and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal.
O.
If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
A nic budować.
Behold, the Pantheon. The Gravers, the arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable. The Marshals kept the city's peace. They can rest easy now. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own.
Chyba nie... W notatniku był sekretny przepis na krakowskie obwarzanki. Tak. Teraz sekretniki czata. Takie tajemnice odkrywamy. Granadę.
We tracked the final core beyond the city to the wilds. That's the edge of the wilds, where Jawson and his boys disappeared.
Jeszcze ten... Ale pewnie to nie jest koniec... Na pewno jest dopiero... Koniec pierwszego arku, jak już. To na razie będę w sumie kończył. Rano było prawie 2,5 godziny. Dziękuję dla tych, co zostali. I nara. Do następnego streama.